As the U.S. election approaches, there's a growing divide in the Caribbean American community. Despite Vice President Kamala Harris's Jamaican heritage, her policies are viewed by some as too radical and left-leaning, while others feel that Donald Trump's conservative values align more closely with the traditions of Caribbean culture. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how these two candidates represent very different paths and why Caribbean Americans are split over who should lead the country. Kamala Harris, with her Jamaican roots, has become a symbol of representation for many Caribbean Americans. But her progressive policies, from comprehensive immigration reform to expansive social programs, are viewed by some in the community as too radical. Harris's push for progressive change is seen as a step toward a more inclusive America, with policies aimed at universal health care, immigration reform, and social justice. For many younger Caribbean Americans, these ideas represent positive change. But for others, her policies are perceived as veering too far left, away from the conservative values they were raised with. Some worry that her policies could disrupt traditional structures around faith, family, and hard work, which are pillars of Caribbean life. In fact, for many Caribbean Americans who are more conservative, Harris's approach feels out of step with the values they hold dear. On the other side, Donald Trump's conservative stance resonates with many Caribbean Americans who prioritize traditional values. Trump's policies emphasize economic independence, family values, and a commitment to religious freedom, ideals that mirror the importance of church and family in Caribbean culture. For Trump's supporters, it's not just about policy, it's about a cultural alignment. Many Caribbean Americans find comfort in his focus on religious values, as churches and faith are central to Caribbean life. Additionally, Trump's pro-business policies and emphasis on self-reliance are appealing to small business owners and entrepreneurs who see his approach as supportive of hard work and family success. To these voters, Trump's America First message speaks directly to those who value personal responsibility and the preservation of traditional family structures, something that feels familiar and comforting in a rapidly changing political landscape. So, what are the key issues creating this division? Let's dive into three main areas: progressive policies, traditional values, and family stability. Kamala Harris's platform of progressive policies, including climate action, healthcare expansion, and more lenient immigration reform, is aimed at creating a more inclusive society. However, many Caribbean Americans view this as going too far, fearing it could lead to more government control and a loss of the values that have been essential in their lives. Trump supporters, by contrast, argue that his focus on economic independence and reduced government intervention allows them to preserve their cultural values without interference. They feel that conservative policies foster family stability and independence, which are crucial to Caribbean American success stories. For many Caribbean Americans, faith is more than just part of life, it's a central pillar of their identity. Trump's platform, with its strong emphasis on religious freedom and traditional family structures, has captured the loyalty of those who want to see their values reflected in leadership. Harris, meanwhile, supports more progressive social policies, including LGBTQ+ rights and reproductive rights, which are embraced by some but also clash with the more conservative beliefs held by many in the Caribbean American community. Family is the bedrock of Caribbean society, and Trump's emphasis on strengthening family structures appeals to those who prioritize family unity and self-reliance. His conservative approach to law and order also aligns with Caribbean Americans who believe a stable environment is necessary for their families to thrive. However, Kamala Harris's supporters see her focus on social justice and economic support systems as a means to provide stability for vulnerable families, particularly in immigrant communities. They argue her policies could help alleviate struggles Caribbean American families face and provide opportunities to rise. Despite her cultural ties, some Caribbean Americans feel Kamala Harris's policies stray too far from the conservative principles they uphold, while others feel Trump's stances align better with their values, even if he doesn't share their heritage. For many Caribbean American voters, the choice is clear-cut. Do they go with cultural pride and progressive policies, or align with the traditional values they feel Trump better represents? This divide within the Caribbean American community shows how culture and values can clash with politics. Kamala Harris brings cultural representation, but her progressive policies worry some voters. Meanwhile, Trump's conservative views resonate deeply with those who prioritize family and faith. As Caribbean Americans head to the polls, they're weighing these values carefully, reflecting on which candidate aligns most closely with the life they want to build in the United States. Are you a Caribbean American? Let us know who you think will win the upcoming election, Harris or Trump. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on diverse communities and the upcoming election.